The following program may not be suitable for viewers under the age of 14 and may contain mature themes and adult subject matter. Parental discretion is advised. Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of What We Play on Whiteman TV. As always, I am your faithful host, Adam Olivero, here on What We Play on Whiteman TV. And we're going to be going back into that game, Little Orpheus, and exploring that. But before we get to that, you could always reach out to me through community@whiteman.ca. Happy to drop a line, talk video games with you, or suggest a game you'd like to see played on What We Play. So without further ado, let's get back into and see if we can get through a few more episodes of Little Orpheus. All right, so here we are in the game Little Orpheus. There we go. And we're picking right back up where we left off the last time. Do you remember where we were underwater? Jellyfish. Sure, I like the jellyfish. You can certainly jump a lot higher when we're underwater. Speaking of jumping over things. Oh. Just gonna go around it, are you?
I was being hunted. There was no doubt about it. And escape was all I could think about.
Naturally.
That and duty.
Duty?
Yes, General. After all, I had a bomb to recover from that villain Toll.
How clever of you to remember that.
I love the story. The story's pretty good. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Oh! It's gonna be difficult getting by that part, I have a feeling. Remember, we can't hit those. Oh, it's so close. I love the reflections they have on the bubble too. They've done a good job on the graphics in this game. Go back. What happens if I go back and I jump over to this side? It's an interesting wall there. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Josh and the gaming channel Let's Game It Out. I'd love to see him play this, just see what he could mess up in the game. Whoa. Does all sorts of crazy stuff when he plays a game. Ah, made it.
But first, there was the issue of escape. Escape from a dreadful, grasping creature that consumed all it could reach, dragging anything that wandered within its clutches to a miserable doom. A hoarder of useless trophies and stolen goods.
Once again, Tavarish, I suspect you are pursuing a somewhat tortuous metaphor for capitalism.
Oh, just missed that one spiny thing. Oh, at least it starts me right here. That shark thing was back again. Oh.
I was like a mouse, General. A little mouse being toyed with by a terrible cat.
Rather a wet mouse.
I was like a little underwater mouse.
Being stalked by a giant rubbery electrical cat with 8 tentacles.
Exactly, General.
Good, I'm glad we cleared that up. You may continue.
Alright, so this looks like a harder jump than gotta like finesse this jump. Made it. Nobody ever likes when a giant eye comes to see you as soon as you do something. Oh. Okay, which way are we supposed to go here? Let's go that way. Told me you're just supposed to land right there. Where would you go from there? Oh, not that way. We will figure this out. Alright. There's definitely opening the clam. It's the only way we can get the bird. Oh, we gotta go along in those little air bubbles. I see. Alright. And then up through here. Those look like mines in the background.
You didn't mention submarines before.
Didn't I?
Any particular submarines? Did you see names, numbers?
General, have you lost a submarine?
I am not at liberty to answer that question, as you well know.
Well, General, losing one's car in a snowstorm is unfortunate, as you say. But to lose a whole submarine, that could be considered careless.
I love the little banter between the main character and the general. It's hilarious. Ooh, there's the submarine.
And you are certain it was M. de Vesci Pidichatchuist?
Well, that was painted on the hull, so I can only assume so.
I think I know where this dismal story is going next. You somehow miraculously brought the remaining closed cycle engine online, flooded the torpedo tubes, dispatched the Kraken with one shot, and triumphantly surfaced.
No, General, that is not what happened at all. I did indeed make my way to the torpedo tubes, but for a very different purpose. After all, history has taught us that atomic power is not to be toyed with.
Much like tired, impatient generals, perhaps. Particularly the perplexed ones.
Indeed, General. Or like dogs that will eat no cheese.
Well, at least we're out of the water now. We can move a little quicker. Quicker indeed. It looks like the Kraken is chasing us. Oh. It's been a little bit since I played the game, and I forgot what button to use to slide. Down there, jump in there, and jump over this one, and then slide under that one, jump on that one.
Determined yet disorientated hero end his days as socialist sushi? Will his daring exploits be cut tragically short by vengeful calamari? Will the general's wife ever forgive him for missing Ruslan and Lyudmila? And just how many eggs did Pavel steal, and where did he keep them? All of these questions and more may or may not be answered in the next exciting episode of Little Orpheus!
Ah, got an achievement for that. All right, we'll skip by the credits and we'll just go to the next episode. Episode 6.
I was alive, General. Somehow, miraculously, I was alive. Some twist of fate, some hand of destiny, but I was alive. Strange as this new world was, I knew Toll must have come this way, and it was my task to find him. And it happened like this.
Let's skip over the intro again. Get back to playing the game.
The sun beat down on me relentlessly. The heat was unbearable. I was exhausted. Yet I could not stop. I had to go on. For 7 weeks I trudged across the desert. On the second day...
Please, comrade, if we may. I think we can skip the details, unless you consider them to be particularly relevant to the location of Little Orpheus.
Of course, General. We will simply omit the tale of the singing chasm, the oasis of mirrors, the sightings of Tol's Mienk aloft on their pterodactyls carrying parts of my crashed rocket drill over the horizon to Lemuria.
Wait! The what?
Singing chasm?
Not that, but the rocket drill.
Oh yes, General, the rocket drill. But what did Tol want with it? And why Lemuria?
Lemuria?
Lemuria, General.
I am not familiar with this Lemuria, comrade.
Well, that is because it does not exist, General. Or at least, so I thought.
That must be Lemuria. Have to use this key to get in, I suppose. That's cool. Just remakes the Bridge of the Bell. Fail on the first jump.
Strange crystals seem to exert an extraordinary hold over the stone blocks and arches. When they hummed, the whole city remade itself. Where they were missing, clearly looted by some villainous thief, the city was fallen to ruin. It was like a vast musical instrument, vandalized, and yet still attempting to toot.
How poetic. I am sure our engineers would be fascinated and baffled in equal measure. If the whole department hadn't been arrested for sedition last week, I would happily convey it to their skeptical ears.
Sedition, General? Real?
How poetic.
Interesting, that switch broke
I am
and
sure
then all
our
the stuff fell back
engineers
down
would be
again.
fascinated and baffled in equal measure. If the whole department hadn't been arrested for sedition last week, I would happily convey it to their skeptical ears.
Sedition, General? Really?
Oh.
That is unfortunate news indeed.
I am joking, comrade.
Go, go, go before it crushes us. Oof, that was close. Narrowly as escaping the pterodactyl to only fall deeper into it. I love it. Oh, not these guys again. I got an idea. Nope, apparently can't do that idea. Oh, he's... Oh, no. How do you get by that guy? I guess you just have to wait longer? Let's try that. Just waiting longer. Or do you have to slide under that? Or maybe I'm missing a switch or something? Oh, what's over here? I'm missing a switch. Look at that. There's a switch in there. Pull that out of the way. Let me get to that switch. See what it does. Oh my gosh, it raises it up and then drops it down. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so I'm gonna wait till it raises it up. And go. We were never there.
Oh yes, the Mank for here, all right. Which meant whatever dastardly scheme Toll had, it was to be enacted on these burning sands.
And you will explain this in due course, I imagine.
Eminently, General. What you need to know first is this. I have told you already how parts of the devices the enslaved Mienk were forced to wear came from the surface.
Radio parts and so on, yes, from what you have told me. Assuming there were plenty of lost ships in the ocean as you claim, for Toll to have dredged up what he needed to assemble them.
Aha, good. You are one step ahead of me, General.
I said assuming.
Of course, assuming.
Oh, we're back
Now,
outside.
as I gazed in awe at the buildings rising and falling around me, I realized that the other major component of those mind-controlling helmets was crystal. Toll had raided Lemuria for them. He knew the city. He knew the crystals could amplify vibrations and waves, and was using them to boost the signal of the radio parts to exert his control over the Nymph. Which meant...
Yes?
Imagine, General, what such amplification could achieve when fused to the finest atomic science our great Soviet civilization has produced.
Wait. I do not understand. You said Toll was planning on using the bomb to shatter the Earth's crust to return to the surface.
A tragic mistake, General.
Whoops, that was interesting. Just found a bug in the game. I guess they don't expect you to go back that way
You mean
when the
to
platform
imply
wasn't there.
Toll would have attempted
That's
to
funny.
enslave the Russian people? Blah. The will of the Soviet citizen is mighty and strong.
To you, perhaps, as a trained warrior, but consider, perhaps instead, a humble son of a toy maker from Tomsk.
Ah, yes. Perhaps we have our share of simpletons, after all.
Oh, they're back. Can I make it? Oh, just. Better pull that switch. I gotta go all the way back now? Alright, wait. He's turning his... Okay, go. Now, at some point, we're going to have to wait while he looks the other way. Okay, go. That platform. Get on it.
The vast pictograms told of a
what's that?
history of wonders. They seem to suggest the Lemurians were travelers from another world, where a mysterious clock seemed to stand.
That is very mysterious. As mysterious as the location of Little Orpheus, perhaps.
Ah, yes, of course, General. I am just getting to that.
Okay, we gotta wait for that to go back down. There we go. Go, 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 go. Grab that platform. Nope, wait for it to go down. There we go. Oh, how do you get by that puzzle? We'll figure it out here. We still got about a half an hour of time left in the show. Oh, I think I got an idea. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Gotta get around him again. Grab this platform again here. This way. Wait for that one to go down. Get on here. Wait for that one to go back up. And before that one goes up, and then this way. Then wait for it to go back up. Got that. Yes, did it. It's not as challenging as Portal 2 or, you know, one of the other games we played on What We Play, the Entropy Center, but it's a fun story.
As I bravely explored that ancient city, a question was gnawing at my mind. What did it mean that the Lemurians had foreseen the coming of Tol? And who was the man from above that was celebrated as the savior of the Menkf? It was almost as if they could read the future in their crystals. The bells of Lemuria tolled and tolled, a roaring symphony, a crescendo of peals that set the city dancing, each note causing the crystals to shimmer and cascade with light. But the sandstorm was no natural phenomenon, and the bells did not ring for celebration. Something was very...
The ancient magical prophecies, and the crystals are now the giant bells, you mean?
If you don't want me to continue, General, then I can easily just quietly go home.
Don't think Chepucho will get you out of this one, comrade.
Couple quick time events here with these pterodactyls. Nice. Come on, game, you do A, and then B. Good job. Oh my gosh. Stop. Oh, I got crushed by that bell. You think that's okay, there goes the bell. So let's go now. Okay, here it comes again. Get it. Nope, did not line up the timing on that. I should have kept running. So let's do that again, but we're going to keep running. Okay, good. Just missed it. Here it comes. Oh, I see where you're... Okay, it's got little indicators about where you should stop. Cool. So we're just going to make it to one of those before it comes back around again. Okay, so stop right here. Oof. Okay, but is there more than one bell? There is. There's two. Okay, so stop right here. Go. I see the next one. We just gotta get there. And go, 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 go. Did it. Now that was the main crystal there, it looked like. I don't know why we went around it. Oh, there we go. There's more story.
A righteous fire in my heart. I was like the Brinya Nikich, prepared to strike at the dragon who threatened my homeland.
Your heroism is only surpassed by your modesty.
On the contrary, General, I chose the Brinya carefully. Like him, I am a simple peasant. It was fate that chose me to descend to the Earth's core.
It was General Kumanin who chose you to descend to the Earth's core. But don't let that get in the way of your story.
Well then, award General I cannot take credit for his wisdom in sending me.
Third pterodactyl. Oof. Close.
Was once a rocket drill ship,
Little
built
Orpheus.
to burrow into the earth, was now a mighty vessel, repurposed to blast off into the skies.
Okay, now this reminds me of like a Tomb Raider style puzzle. Where you're rotating
There was no
around the puzzle.
doubt the toll was
Kinda
headed
cool.
for the strange world with its clock, although to what end I was yet to understand. But there was no time to consider, no time for questions. was on the rocket. Little Orpheus was on the rocket. And wherever they were headed, I must head there too, to thwart his plans, recover my drill, and save the world!
Will our enthusiastic yet disorientated hero be burnt to a cinder by the rocket's engines? Will he be smashed into the rock that surely must be beyond the Lemurian skies? Does Nikolai Petrovich Kamenyan really need any more medals? What was the strange clock, and what could it all mean? All of these questions and more will be answered if you're extremely lucky in the next exciting episode of Little Orpheus!
Got another achievement at the end of the episode. Okay, let's check out the next episode. Episode 7. This may be the last episode we can get to in the show. Oh, and the Lost Recordings mode is now available. Cool. Oh, we're starting in outer space. Whoops. I do not have a helmet on. This can't be good.
Laika!
Are you stark raving mad?
It was Laika! I am sure of it! That spirited little dog saved me!
Laika saved you in her little space machine.
I believe the correct term is capsule, General.
Don't push your luck any further, Ivan Ivanovich. I fear it might snap.
Oh, my apologies, General. In my excitement to explain what I discovered on the far side of the Metagalacticus Interiores, I got carried away. And it happened like this.
Here we go for this episode. I skip by that intro again.
A rocky moon. It's the center of the Earth.
The source of all creation, General. A place where time flowed like rivers, and boulders of raw matter rained like comets upon the cratered rock.
Another miraculous escape from death. Another happy accident.
It was no accident, General. Laika took me there entirely deliberately. I'm sure of that. She continues to be a heroine and a savior and protector of our great nation.
Laika died in orbit.
No, General, she did not. She's very much alive and happy, and currently living several miles below our feet.
Laika is dead, Ivan.
She most certainly is not, General.
This is the real world, Tovarish. A world where you did not go to the center of the Earth, and Laika died in orbit.
In my world, General, Laika is still alive.
A better world, some may argue. Very well. I will live in your world for a while longer, but time is running out.
Ah, yes, time, General. I was just coming to that. There in the distance it stood, enveloped in a mighty time storm. The world clock, General. The beating heart of all history. The axis mundi, the pillar of the world.
Not enough to conquer Russia by drilling back to the surface with his magical mind-controlling atomic radio set, then.
No, General. You see, what if he could fuse Little Orpheus directly with the world clock? Then his message would radiate with every tick and every tock. He would not simply be the Tsar. He would be the Tsar of all time, the eternal tyrant, the literal incarnation of everything our glorious revolution stood to overthrow.
Sonikiv?
Uncanny, General. But it was somehow different. I felt no cold. The waves were motionless. Indeed, it was as if I had stepped free of those rivers of time and stood on entirely motionless ground. And there in the distance,
What?
debris from Sarya and tall slave mines had washed up here, almost as if I were meant to find it. And there, amongst it, the winking of steel led me to a blasting cap, and a plan began to form. The terrain was ferocious. Explosive eruptions of fire and heat. Thunderous emissions and lethal gases.
Much like your cousin Pavel, perhaps, as a result of consuming all of those stolen eggs.
Aha! General, you have been listening after all!
Oops, missed a jump. There we go. Got it that time. Okay, let's see where we're gonna go now. Still see that. Oh, is it? It's teleporting me back in again? Yep, looks like it is.
Carta again. But why?
You are stalling, comrade. The clock is ticking.
Tick-tock, tick-tock! Of course! In a flash of inspiration, I understood. It was all wrong, you see, General.
That we can agree on.
We should never have gone to the center, because without Little Orpheus, Toll could not have become the tyrant he had. The rocket drill was his means to reach the world clock, but it was Little Orpheus that enabled him. And the time itself, the world clock itself, was determined to make matters right.
With a little help from you, of course.
Merely a simple pawn in a game played upon a cosmic scale, General. But a pawn who understood that he was being given a second chance to grab a chunk of the explosive resin that wondrous city was built upon. And I was back. The mighty river of time roared past me, carrying the weight of the whole of history with it.
Even for you, this is a stretch. Our time is almost up. I have to submit my report within the hour.
Time, General. Time was nearly up indeed. That ancient and magical river that carried me along was surely moving inevitably towards some kind of end.
There's no stopping this level. Those platforms keep disappearing into the river of time. And what is big giant keys? Interesting. Okay. Closer to those keys.
Enough. No more, Privalov. No more stories. No more lost worlds and space dogs. I'm full of it. It is nearly midnight, and you have not
Oops.
given me the
I didn't wait
enough.
enough for the platform to come back.
No more, Privalov. No more stories. No more lost worlds and space dogs. I'm full of it. It is nearly midnight, and you have not given me the adequate explanation for the whereabouts of Little Orpheus and the atomic bomb.
But, General, I am about to tell you what happened when I finally caught up with the villain Toll.
I do not care, Tavarish. I simply do not care. You have worn me down, and it is time to call a halt to this. I bear you no malice, comrade. In many ways, I admire you, but time is running out.
Yes, General, yes. Time. Time. Because it was time itself that suddenly appeared to be on my side.
Okay, we're back inside the clock now. Time was on its
Perhaps
side.
the world
Going this way.
clock was so impressed with your egg-wearing antics, it decided to return you to Plutonia for a second attempt. I would strongly suggest you cut to the chase.
The chase, yes. The pursuit of Toll and Little Orpheus. I stood there with the resin fragment in one hand and the blasting cap in the other, and then, just like that, a clock began to ring.
The world clock?
No, General, an alarm clock. My Slava alarm clock, in fact, given to me by Auntie Marsha.
The one who married the beef investigator.
The very same. And the moment I saw that clock, I knew what I had to do.
Okay, we found the piece. Now we're going to go back inside of the world clock.
Yes, I'm waiting.
Let's you guys watch this.
Bomb, General. A bomb to destroy a bomb.
So, you decided to build a bomb, eh? A bomb to destroy Little Orpheus.
It was a simple plan, really, General.
Yes, you are very fond of your simple plans.
Okay, so we're back outside of the clock now. There's Little Orpheus again. No atomic bomb.
It was the last time I was to see those poor enslaved men on my journey. As they scurried in agitation around the base of the rocket drill, now a dreadful weapon of war in the hands of a madman, I was reminded of my mother.
Your mother looked like a nymph? That is extremely disrespectful, comrade.
No, I meant I was raised by my mother from an early age, of course. My childhood memories of my father were all too brief.
You are rambling, Comrade Privalov. Time is running out. Dieni Rezinovi.
Time will run out for us all, General, will it not? And it ran out for my father on the shores of Volga.
Your father fought at Stalingrad?
He did, General.
So did I.
Well, so you see, General. Perhaps we are just the same, you and I. Perhaps we are all just Menkf in the end.
Oh, we're gonna go back inside the world clock. Oh, we gotta go this way.
What possible use in the construction of a bomb could be found in the belly of a giant whale. Were you perhaps planning on using a worm as a fuse?
That would be ridiculous, General.
I would hate to undermine your otherwise entirely plausible account.
You forget, General. The belly of the beast was full of shipwrecks. And on one of them, I was bound to find what I was looking for. Fuse wire.
Comrade, yes, you'd forgotten all about the fuse until I reminded you, hadn't you?
General, your cynicism is unbecoming to a man of your rank and stature.
Okay, now we're moving back outside again. We'll see if we can get through this episode on this episode of What We Play. If not, we'll save it close to a save point and pick it up from there. Well, we've got about 5 minutes left in the show here, so.
The clock was now ticking, General. Literally. I was surrounded by time, immersed in it, floating along a river of it on a raft made of history, seeking the next moment of opportunity to hurtle back.
Shoot, I overshot that jump. Okay, so we're gonna jump up here. Over here.
The clock was now ticking, General. Literally. I was surrounded by time, immersed in it, floating along a river of it on a raft made of history, seeking the next moment of opportunity to hurtle backwards amongst those lost worlds.
I am a patient man, Tavarish. I lost 3 toes in the winter outside Sharkovskaya in 42. A drunken dentist removed 2 frostbitten toes and 1 perfectly healthy one. You may therefore consider me a man blessed with an uncommon level of endurance for discomfort.
I hate visiting the dentist. My uncle Vanya was a dentist, and he was a...
Oh my gosh, I got just listening to the story there, and I did not follow along that I needed to jump off at that point.
The clock was now ticking, General. Literally. I was surrounded by time, immersed in it, floating along a river of it on a raft made of history, seeking the next moment of opportunity to hurtle backwards amongst those lost worlds.
I am a patient man, Tavarish. I lost 3 toes in the winter outside Sharkovskaya in 42. A drunken dentist removed 2 frostbitten toes and 1 perfectly healthy one. You may therefore consider me a man blessed with an uncommon level of endurance for discomfort.
I hate visiting the dentist. My uncle Vanya was a dentist, and he was a deeply strange man, notwithstanding the love he felt for his pigs.
Is what?
He was a pig then.
Did it save my game? Oh, good. Okay, where are we supposed to go from here? Okay, we're going up. See, I thought I jumped, but it... I'll have to figure this out. See, there's another platform right there. Is it just because I jumped too far? Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, are they slowly rising or something? Oh, got it. Okay, it looks like there's a floating one we gotta fall onto. Got it. And up here. And then fall back onto it. Oh, I just missed it. Oh. So close. Okay. Still got about 5 minutes. We can maybe get through this. Okay, fall on. Race over here. Jump up onto this platform. I feel like I'm playing a Soviet version of Tony Hawk. Okay, it looks like there's other platforms above me that we're going to have to jump onto. Oh, that's rising. That's rising. Okay, time to advance. Let's go, people. Let's go. Whoa. That's not the way to go. Okay, time to end. Here we go. way. And then, is there another platform over there? Yes? Okay, go, 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 go. Back. Go, 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 go. Huh. And this way. And we're off to the world clock again.
And so to the ocean floor, and that strange submerged city, and those poor lost vessels. To find a shell case to hold all of my scavenged ingredients, the last piece I needed to construct my bomb.
Ah, yes, I have been waiting for this.
General?
Time, Ivan Ivanovich. Whilst you have rambled on and on about it, I have simply bided mine. I am a patient man, as I have said.
Yes, I don't feel I paid enough attention to the story about your toes. Do you have specially made shoes?
Enough! Now I have your full attention. Indulge me, Tavares.
I'll let you listen to this.
Explain to me how you made this bomb.
General?
Your bomb, comrade, that you so brilliantly constructed to destroy Little Orpheus. Tell me how you made it.
Well,
In detail. The type of detail that should present no problem to a man who is actually capable of building a bomb, which I suspect would be an entirely different man to one who cheated on his entrance exams for the cosmonaut program. You are uncharacteristically silent, comrade. Cat, got your tongue?
if I may, General, perhaps just a minute or two to gather my thoughts?
There are precious few minutes left. We have reached our conclusion, I think.
Yes, we have, General. I gazed up at the world clock and knew I had arrived at my destination. Whatever lay inside would see my journey end one way or another. But I had no idea of the marvels that awaited me. And
The bomb, Ivan Ivanovich! Tell me how you built the bomb!
it was a wonderful sight. The world...
It is 2 minutes to midnight, Ivan. It is time to end this story.
Well, that seemed like a good point to end it. As always, for this show, I am Adam Olivero. Thank you very much for joining me on this episode of What We Play, and we will get back to Little Orpheus next time here on What We Play on Whiteman TV. As always, you can give me an email at community@whiteman.ca. I'm Adam Olivero. Thank you very much for watching.